Well, for more, we're joined by political reporter Nick Dole in Canberra. And Nick, anger over this decision is growing.
It is. Yesterday we saw heated words from the unions describing this as basically a mad policy, and now that's spread to members of the actual parliamentary party. Just a few minutes ago we brought you that live press conference with Senator Doug Cameron. He's a senior member of Labor's left, and he says he's absolutely gobsmacked by this idea. He says he's not opposed to the idea of the visas, on the face of it, but the fact that there are so many granted to this particular project, a Reinhardt project, without any consultation, he says, with the caucus, says is unacceptable. Parliament will be reconvening next week, and you can expect some pretty heated debate in caucus.
And Nick, revelations appear to show that the Prime Minister was kept out of the loop, or she was overseas at the time that this decision was made and announced. But Senator Doug Cameron, as you said, he's just spoken. Does he acknowledge that this issue will damage Julia Gillard?
He's playing down the leadership ramifications of this. He says he doesn't consider it a leadership issue. Like you say, though, we do understand that Julia Gillard wasn't aware of the specifics of this decision until she arrived back from Chicago on Wednesday. The decision was then made a couple of days later. But the very fact, or even the notion that she wasn't consulted about what is potentially quite an inflammatory policy really raises questions about the communication and the trust within the government. Now, Doug Cameron says that, yes, the whole caucus knew that these visas were an option going forward, and it would be one of just a number of measures to combat skills shortages. But he said the specifics were never put to him. Certainly the Cabinet was never consulted about the specifics of this, and it does appear that indeed the Prime Minister wasn't either. I should point out that her office, we've contacted them today, and they say they won't be commenting on internal matters. And Doug Cameron himself says that he would find it hard to believe that senior government ministers wouldn't have been made aware of this decision.
So I guess the question now, Nick, is how this is going to play out in caucus this week, when we've had people like the backbencher Senator Doug Cameron making his feelings well known, and he's saying he's not alone. Other backbenchers would be most dismayed by this decision.
Yes, and we're certainly seeing this push from the left, and probably over the coming days we'll see more MPs speaking their mind about this. I should point out it's certainly not the entire Labor Party. We've heard from Senator Evans and from Nick Champion earlier today, and they both say that the idea of granting these visas has merit. But there's certainly going to be some pretty heated debate when caucus meets next week. And as I say, really, if it indeed turns out that the Prime Minister wasn't told about what was potentially such a big decision, it really raises questions about the communication that's taking place at the top.
OK, Nick, thanks very much.
Thank you.